Welcome back to the BLS Live channel. I know it's been a minute since I posted, but I've been on the road and I finally got all my rest when I got back. So we got the DDG and Cinco situation is unhinged. I haven't seen anything about this, so I'm about to become educated right now. Video, Omeezy, my boy. Let's get to the video.
Cinco, after this, stop talking about me. That's not a threat, none of that. I'm just telling you from experience, that continue to go with me and keep going back and forth with me, they never win.
I say, I'ma squabble you first, and then my bro want a bag fade off you. Yeah, like, that's how that's how we do it.
I done seen Cinco pull out guns for balloons popping, gang. Cinco is a real crash out. Y'all not listening. I done seen Cinco really put belt to ass on, really use these and really use these.
And involving myself with you again, brother, energy-wise, I'm cool, gang. I'm on a whole nother level mentally, brother. I'm not even trying to associate myself with you in any way.
It got that deep? Damn.
Last time I said this situation escalated, but now we're having conversations about Crips being brought into this, people jumping people, and even tools being drawn, pew-pews being drawn on people. Yeah, this whole DDG, Cinco, Capaholic situation has totally gone off the handle. The last time we took a peek into the Cinco DDG situation, we saw Cinco really giving his true, honest opinions about the friendship or lack thereof, one that was presenting itself in the Capaholics group, causing him to leave and, you know, disassociate with those guys.
It's not a real group, bro. Like, that ain't real. Them ain't real. Like, and I'm not saying, like, speaking on as far as everybody individually. I'm just
So I guess it's Deshae, Cinco, DDG brother.
a group. That's not a real friend group, bro. That's not a real friend group. Our friend group was always based off of the ranks of popularity. Like, that made me feel like you don't even know me even more. Cause like, you knew me for, you know I don't give a about that. Can't, like, you think you could call his name and disrespect to the max, and you think you could send a screenshot of some money and I'm supposed to kiss your man? You out your mind, bro.
The new group that DDG started, the Capaholics, featuring Cinco, Deshae Frost, Dub, and some other casts and characters, was off to a rocky
DDG
start,
partners.
to say the least. I mean, honestly, it was going downhill before it even started. A streaming group that was supposed to take over the internet, like the Phases and the AMPs of the world, was already on its way to phasing itself out. You see what I did there.
That was
after
trash.
Cinco gave his
Come on, do better.
POV as to what happened, we finally got a real look into what DDG thought the reasons as to why the group broke up. For all the people who thought that this was any sort of fake content, any sort of scripted content, anything like that, I'm here to tell you, based off of what I just saw on these videos, this is real, and there's some real conversations to have about friendships, about business, about what it means to do content in 2025, whether some stuff is within bounds, some of this stuff isn't within bounds. There's a lot to unpack here.
But there's a lot of guys, in my opinion, the only real established guys to me is Deshae, Cinco, and DDG. The thing about all those other guys in Phase and AMP is that those guys were developed when they first came to the party. Like, they were all at 1 million subs, like for AMP. Then they came together, so it just blew everybody up because they were all in different niches, or some were in the 2K community. So
is how the situation was handled after Reggie and DDG pieced it up on Kai Cenat's previous Mafia-thon. They sat down, they settled the beef, and they did a freestyle in which Reggie sent a subliminal shot to DDG that not a lot of people caught on to in the moment, but later on it will reveal that he was actually taking sneak disses and jabs at him.
You's a motherfucking fraud, nigga man, cause he can't see his what? He can't see the shit that be shining in the sky. Think about it. He can't see the shit that be shining in the sky with that. Hello.
Now, it seemed like Reggie seemingly sneak dissed him in that situation, and a lot of people were in on it, but DDG did not react in the moment, which caused his friends to think that he was soft, think that he was some sort of bitch, which then made DDG crash out because he didn't take this very lightly. He actually took this very seriously, that they were antagonizing him and thinking that this was something to be made light of.
First of all, the shit unprovoked. I didn't ask nobody to comment on what I'm doing on this damn stream, and they fucked my whole mojo up. I don't know if y'all noticed, but when I came back on the stream, I'm like, bro, these niggas just pissed me off. Fuck my whole, I couldn't even entertain like I wanted to, because I'm like, bro, y'all niggas is really nitpicking, bro. And y'all don't know what's going on when niggas ain't on the camera. Everybody answered the FaceTime call but Cinco, right? So since Cinco ain't answered, this nigga texting though. This shit public embarrassment. Then he said some shit. This is what he said. Can y'all read that?
Text messages is crazy.
I would have said F Reggie. Oh.
Fuck Reggie dead dad for niggas to be rap battling face to face 4 months later.
Text messages is crazy.
You was just working out with this nigga. This nigga's a fake. He's a fraud.
Essentially, they clowned DDG for not doing anything in that moment. They felt as if DDG should have stood up for herself, blacked out on Reggie, crashed out on him, and kept giving their own 2 cents as to what they thought he should have did, because Reggie seemingly made light of the custody issues that DDG was having between Hallie and involving their son Halo.
Everybody in my group chat talking about some why you ain't fight him, why you ain't do.
See, yeah, not bro, like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I'm with DDG on this one. Don't tell me what I should be doing. Don't be antagonized. If you my partner, you're not supposed to be antagonizing me. You should be like, yo, B, I would have handled it this way, but why you antagonizing me and we in a friend group? After I just squashed something, regardless if I called it or not, I just squashed it. Why are you antagonizing me now, bro? When I'm trying to be the bigger man, we trying to end this so we can move forward.
All this to get in a rap battle? I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. What the fuck do y'all want me to do? Mind you, I'm talking to everybody, bro. Cinco was not singled out whatsoever. I'm like, what y'all want me to do, bro? Y'all want me to come in here and box on a 20-year-old, 21-year-old in front of all these nice establishments and look ghetto so you can say the Capaholics be standing on shit? Y'all niggas don't even know what the fuck is going on. Me and him squashing shit. What, nigga, I can't fight nobody. Y'all know why. I'm not finna sit here and get on the internet and box no 21-year-old.
He's right.
Nigga, it's a lose-lose if I was to do some shit like that. Then I'm a bully and this and that. And then a nigga like Cinco ain't gonna defend me.
As a street dude, I know exactly what DDG is referring to here. Now, I do think that he took the proper route in this situation. Getting into any sort of physical altercation with Reggie at this specific time when Kai Cenat is on a stream where there are millions of people that are ultimately going to watch these different clips. More importantly, millions of sponsors that are going to watch these certain type of clips. With the allegations and impending, if I'm not mistaken, legal battle that he has with his baby's mother about his son, I don't think that it would have been a smart thing to do. And I'm glad that he did not fall for the rage bait and the crash out there. But it does pose a bunch of different questions. When is it content, and when is it just straight up disrespect? There's a lot of times in which DDG has done some pretty questionable things that a lot of people would attribute as disrespect. Hell, that's one of Jay Cinco's chief complaints in this conversation, is that DDG is just a disrespectful dude, but brushes it off as this whole content motive and all this other stuff like that. There was a time that happened over the past weekend or at one of the brand risk fights that Aiden Ross hosts where Benda Don and DDG had their own sort of similar situation in which it seemed quite disrespectful for somebody who is supposed to be seen as a friend.
My seat now.
I seen that. That was crazy. DDG wrong right here.
You ain't gotta grab me like that though, bro. I'm just saying though, bro. Like, I ain't trying to be funny, but bro, don't stop doing that, bro. Do what? Like, why you coming over here grabbing me like that? Cause you sitting down on my seat. I'm sitting here. Okay, you say, hey, I don't gotta say my seat. You know I'm sitting here. I ain't finna go back and forth with you. I'm not finna go back and forth with you. I'm telling you I ain't going back and forth with you, bro. So, can you please get up, brother? You asked nicely. Don't what did I just say? Back. Can you please get up, brother? Don't tap my back, bro. Didn't nobody say shit. I came over here and tapped your back. I'm just letting you know, don't tap my back, bro. Huh? Don't tap my back. Bro, I'm not finna do all this, man. All right, man. I'm just letting you know, bro.
Bro, they tweaking.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't think that a seat being taken would cause somebody to act the way they've been.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would, on Meezy. Yeah, it would. Oh, yeah.
Normal situation, if this was your seat, you get up, I sit in your seat. You come over to me and you say, hey, that's my seat. Or I recognize, hey, this is your seat. So I'm going to get up from that. The only reason why I think that this action from Ben happened is because there's some pattern recognition with this group. You know, it's not that there's any respect for any morals, values, or anything like that. It's just about getting the content off. And it usually ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
So Cinco's pretty much just like, don't try to apologize this time because you done took it there, like you've already overly disrespected me. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, that's what he's talking about, Chad. Y'all can fan base farm and try to hate farm X, Y, and Z. Either way is wrong. Whether you on his side or his side, bro, it's wrong. It's about being right. If Cinco's wrong, I'd be like, bro, you wrong as hell. If Diddy wrong, I'm gonna tell him he wrong. That don't mean, I know in y'all mind, y'all want to see niggas go at it and be mean. It ain't about that. It's about doing the right thing, gang.
Cinco is tired of the lack of accountability and all the enablers that let DDG do his habitual line stepping and line crossing get away with. There's multiple situations in which things happen in this group. It gets brushed off. People are saying that it's just content. It's just trolling. You're my brother. This happens all the time, etc., etc. And nobody really checks anybody. Hell, there's even compilations of DDG and Dub pressing J Cinco or getting under J Cinco's skin. And seemingly everybody's okay with it because the camera's rolling or nobody's checking him because he's the one that puts food on the table.
Took it, you feel me? He could have went about it a different way.
Yeah, but I got 4 words though. Who gives a fuck?
I feel like
You still don't go on there talking about.
no 100, but that's what I'm
on
saying.
that
No,
trash that music,
no,
nigga.
100. That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
not gonna lie though, you're not gonna little bro me on camera. I don't care who you are.
You went about it.
Getting money, bro. You just went paddock on niggas, and you gonna go back to the Montclair?
Nigga, I ain't working a long time. You said this about some. Bro, I don't. The last time I was 5 months ago. When I'm supposed to put it on?
September in LA.
It don't matter.
75 degrees when you wake up, nigga.
You got
Why
a
the
hoodie.
fuck?
You got a hoodie on too. Though.
Hoodie, but you got a bubble vest.
It's not. It's thin.
So you tell me y'all arguing about who dressed better for YB?
He grabbed his ponytail and said, "Oh, I lost." Why the fuck would I pull my ponytail and say, "Oh, I lost"? Pull your ponytail back. No, nigga. Said, "Damn, I lost." All right, let's bet 100. You ain't do it.
Come on, bro. Come on, I don't want to do you like that, because
I wouldn't have said it. So then bet 1,000. I wouldn't have said it. So then bet 1,000. What did you do then? So bet 1,000. I'm telling you, what did you do? Can we bet 1,000? What did you do? We could bet 1,000 and play it back and just see. No, but I'm saying, what did you do before we bet? It's in 4K. I know, I just want to.
Hey, Cinco, I think he's just trying to complete a joke. And I think you're trying to turn it into a profitable situation when it's not.
But how come it's not a joke or it's not trolling when they do it back to you? And that group chat where they made fun of you as to how you handled the whole Reggie situation, why was that taken seriously if you are Mr. Jokester, Mr. Prankster? Now, to be fair, from my POV, I don't think that everything is a joke. I don't think it's always funny. I think that people, especially...
I think it's different. I think it's different in that situation. I think it's a little bit different. I could be wrong. I do think it's different, though.
That you call your brothers.
Because he's talking about his son.
Lines drawn.
In that
and
situation, he got with his son in the game.
Continuously be pressed, especially in the sense of bringing in family stuff. Like, I think that the way that they handle joking is just way too far for me. Now, I get it. It's the nature of doing content. And that doesn't mean that DDG is completely absolved of this, because while he can dish it, he can also take it. Hell, there's a mini compilation of Ben disrespecting him on the internet.
Raise your hand if you also never had a whole problem. No, put your shit down. You be having issues, fool. You have a lot of issues, gang.
Why would you I'm not doing that
because he
bro. I can't help what I'm attracted to, bro.
Which one is it?
Me and him got the same type. What I'm supposed to do, bro?
The yellow?
We don't.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't, fool. You be hitting chopped hoes sometimes. Baddest one you got India. Other than that, your shit be chopped. And it's all good.
Damn.
100% not true, and that's a terrible clip for you.
This just creates an environment.
They are clip farming though. They are addicted to clip farming. Like, they are trying to like get a clip in every moment of the day. I don't know how they live life like that, which leads to some of this disrespect which occurs, which could lead to, I mean, Omizi does have a point though. All of this clip farming could lead to a point where they're like, oh, wait, you had a chance to clip farm right there and you didn't with Reggie and he did. So I could see where the pettiness comes from for sure. I'm putting everything together.
But where people can't take accountability for their own actions when they line step, they don't know when they've pressed somebody's buttons that shouldn't have been pressed, and they don't know when they've overstepped the boundary. So it becomes hard to even take an apology or some sort of reaction to the situation seriously if we've created this type of nature. And DDG's response to what J Cinco's saying, Bendadon even calls out that, like, yo, he can't even take accountability for the action. He's looking to shift blame, whether it be for trolling, whether it be for content. He's just not gonna take the blame in the situation.
Nigga, I'm not finna leave the club. Bro, I seen niggas get stretched in LA, bro. You think I'm finna, because you're 40 minutes late, you want me to leave the section and come hold your hand and walk you to the section? You a grown-ass man. What are you talking about?
I don't think he understands what he's saying.
For?
Like, he's proving what Cinco's saying.
I had to call T.O. to come get me.
Nigga, you could have called my brother. You could call anybody. What are you talking about? Why are we talking about a club?
He's literally addressing one of J Cinco's chief complaints by admitting that he isn't going to like stick his neck out there for his friend, come and get him, etc., etc. Like, I think that's just the most insane thing in the world.
Niggas fight all the time. This is what we do. I don't do that. Like, I might come on here and I might be childish. I might motherfucking play around, troll niggas and shit like that. But at the end of the day, I would never try to fuck up somebody PR or somebody fucking face card over a petty ass little beef, right?
This is such a big deal and something that I've always wanted to ask content creators and streamers and other people like that. Probably something that I'll have to phone a friend who's bigger in the industry and just ask them, how do you know when there is a boundary that you have crossed, and how do you know that you're making your friend feel uncomfortable in this game? I think one of the bigger issues in this whole Capaholic situation is that, you know, Jay Cinco didn't even feel comfortable being who he was because of the people that he was around and the levels of disrespect that they normally and routinely dish out on a day-to-day basis. Especially because he's a young man trying to live his life on the internet and grow up on there. He can't do normal things, not only because it'll be subjected to the scrutiny of the internet, but also because he's associated with people who don't know if this is a boundary, that is a boundary, or if there are even boundaries at all. These are people who will always cross the limits. DDG even brings it up. It's one of the main reasons why he's not in the house is because now he has a girlfriend.
If Cinco was single, we probably would have, he'll be in that room next door. That's just what it is. It's understandable. Like, I get it. I know that, bro. It's okay. But don't sit here and try to hate farm me and say I'm the reason you're not in the house.
Now, you could take that clip a plethora of ways, but the way that I interpret it based off of all the information that I gathered is that Cinco is probably with Lala Batiste, which is perfectly fine and dandy. But what I've noticed from this group and the way that they talk to each other, especially those that are associated with women and stuff, is that they just don't have boundaries. It's as simple as that. No way I would feel comfortable bringing my significant other around you guys, because it seems like we don't know when to have real conversations, not have real conversations, what is content and what is not content.
Yeah,
I
that's
bring
nasty.
my girl into this household, somebody who's probably not even in the content sphere, or even if she is in the content sphere, we have a relationship that we're trying to cultivate and grow, when you and some of my other homeboys in this situation are always ragging on me, always bagging on me. Now, does that mean that I'm okay with the way that Jay Cinco went about all these situations? Absolutely not. And DDG also kind of alludes to that being the thing, is that he's tired of all this being on the internet. Being on the internet with the reputations that they have and blasting this is just not a good look for him or anybody involved.
I never wanted to bring this to the internet. I don't do that. Like, we get into it all the time. I done got into it with me and Deshae done got into it before. Me and my brother get into it before. Me and everybody, we in our group chat. We get
if you the homie, we done got into it for sure. If we the homie for this long, 10 plus years, 5 years, 3, we done got into it. So
get into it all the fucking time, like, but we never bring it to the internet. And I feel like when somebody brings it to the internet, it's obviously it's an alternative motive to make money or to try to win people's side. I had to unfollow this man. I don't even want to say his name. I had to unfollow this nigga on TikTok. This nigga reposting everything that's negative about me. Now, that's what's weird to me.
And I do agree that real friends stop before any of it gets to the internet, but that's not how this side of the internet operates. It's almost contradictory to some of his early statements and sentiments about, you know, creating beef and doing this online drama. A lot of the embarrassment that Jay Cinco faced in public was online in front of the internet. So why is that okay with being on the internet? It's a nasty situation and a nasty conundrum that these guys find themselves in.
Since a nigga ain't say nothing, those narratives were just being believed. So it's like, if I'm gonna walk, let's just say about my girl, right? If I'm gonna walk away from this and I wanna create content to make money with my girl, I can't do that because now they believe a false narrative to where they wouldn't support what I got going. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm gonna come clear it up. I didn't say no names. I'm not like, DDG did it. Like, DDG is the reason. Like I said, I gave a very surface level answer. If you know who that is, then that is what it is, but I didn't say no names. You feel me? That's not what I did. I didn't say any names. So therefore, nigga, if you got a guilty conscience, that's not on me, but that's not for me.
He is the leader. He is the leader of the group, though.
Where the escalation really started to take off. And this is where I believe that conversations got way far off the rails and both guys, you know, did too much in this situation, but namely Jay Cinco for the whole involvement of gang members and stuff like that. Granted, the only reason why we do know this is because somebody did have a guilty conscience that made DDG have to blast all this on the internet and specifically, you know, address some of these conversations by saying he said these things. You know, he is the program. He ran with not only the internet narrative, but also made sure that he backpacked it by letting people know that he did say these things in retaliation to Jay Cinco. There was back and forth between both of these guys. Jay Cinco made claims of him being bullied by DDG, so DDG took it head on and addressed it. Now, of course, he took the route that you think DDG would take by saying that it was trolling, but as Ben the Don is gonna say, at what point in time does trolling become, you know, a test of my manhood?
I don't give a what you weigh. That's just niggas in the screenshot talking about 700,000. Boy, that money. I don't give a
Goofy business. 700 is 700, brother. The fuck is you talking about? Y'all hear this nigga? That's goofy business, bad business.
So I gotta sit up on a and talk about a nigga or genuinely hate a nigga on the low? Like, man, hell no. Nigga, you can have.
I don't hate Cinco. Bro, I tell y'all, like, I really got over this shit in 48 hours. Even I see y'all commenting Ben. Me and Ben with the damn seat shit. I was cool, nigga. We chopped it up 10 minutes. I was cool. I don't know what the fuck he's saying now. Ben, stop instigating if that's what you're doing, bro. You hate farming yourself. Stop doing that shit. But me and Ben squashed that shit in 10 minutes. Nigga, it ain't shit. We grown, man. It ain't shit but a fucking conversation.
I really thought bro was trying to be funny on some shit like, yeah, and y'all gonna say it's trolling, but at what point is trolling like disrespectful in real life? You know what I'm saying? Like to where a point where it's like you either trying my manhood or like nigga you tripping or I'm tripping because it always come back to who got the biggest fan base to whoever's tripping.
Now, there's some more messy situations that ultimately stem from people trolling, and I don't want to belabor the conversation with that. There was some stuff about Jay Cinco not gifting people, but gifting Bruce Drop 'em Off. It was even more detailed to the Reggie and DDG beef.
That's crazy.
They were on two different sides. But ultimately, it gets to a point of escalation in which Jay Cinco essentially calls Crips on DDG in order to have him fight them.
Mind you, that's why he apologized last time, because I brought the bros. We was supposed to link up at the video. We was doing our video and we got into it. We was finna squabble, and I always say this anytime. I say, I'ma squabble you first, and then my bro want a bag fade off you.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, like that's how.
Bro, you good, bro? Come on, man.
LA, that's how we do it. Nigga, if a nigga, any nigga feel away, you can squabble my bro. He right here. That's just how we do, brother. You feel me? You want to talk about Mr. Crip and Mr. this and all this Crip shit. So when I bring the Crips out, niggas, oh, it's not my man's. This not. Nah, it's a problem, gang. Nah.
And this is where I am totally out on some of the things that Jay Cinco said. I don't think that there's any logical reason or explanation as to why you would bring your friends or your bros or whoever this, that, and the third to come and jump somebody. Now, what I will say is this is a bigger testament to the overall conversation about slapping these groups together who aren't really friends. This only validates my points in the videos that I made previously that these guys were never really friends.
Never. I completely agree with you. Based on what I'm hearing from these guys were solely, what's the word I'm looking for? Acquaintances. Just based off they could give each other clout and they could give each other clips. They could help clip form each other. None of these guys are cool.
To invite my guys to jump you, because if anything, if we're real friends, I would be inviting you to jump you, my friend to jump my friend, and my other friends would stop me and say, I'm not about to jump this person that's a part of our friend group. That just doesn't even make any sense like that. I get it that you have totally different friend groups, but if people really viewed them as your friend and valued your friendship and all this stuff was real, then I don't think anybody would have even entertained a conversation like that, including yourself. That thought process would have never even crossed your mind. If I think that this friend that I have in friend group B is really a friend, I would never even think, even at our worst, that I would take friend group A to come and jump anybody in friend group B. That just doesn't sound like true friendships to me.
At all.
Coast aside, different things that they do aside, I just don't agree with that. Jay Cinco does get into some conversations about feeling more secure and safe with his friends being around him, which again, different type of lifestyle I don't get. He does ultimately recede from the point of talking about jumping DDG. He says that he didn't want to do anything that he didn't regret, but also adding in the conversation about him not feeling safe. DDG raises a great point in his reaction that you were never in danger. This was all something that was drummed up in your head and escalated for no reason at this point, because you were with me every single day, you were with my family every single day, and nobody did anything to you.
Like you acting like we just cool or something, brother.
Stop
like,
trying to gangbang
like,
then if you don't want to
do
simple friendly fades, nigga. Stop trying to be a gangster then. Stop.
You feel me?
Be
Like,
a streamer,
if you don't
nigga.
want to scrub, bro, just tell bro, turn down the fade. Like, oh, you don't want to scrub, bro. Cool. But I want my niggas there. You feel me? I feel comfortable with these niggas here. You feel me? Because I don't trust certain niggas. You feel me? I don't trust niggas, gang. You know what I'm saying?
You don't trust niggas, but you working out with my cousin and Deshae every day, and nobody beat your ass. So what are you scared for, nigga? Deshae every day.
I don't trust niggas, gang. You know what I'm saying?
You don't trust niggas, but you working out with my cousin and Deshae every day, and nobody beat your ass. So what are you scared for, nigga?
I call my niggas.
You literally working out with niggas that's next door to me every morning.
Because I got to my senses. That's why I said.
In his head, this nigga think he's 13 and shit.
You feel me? As far as I got so mad, I'm like, nigga, I'm pulling up with the bros. Like,
yeah, what Jay Cinco said is
Jay Cinco is wilding over this whole thing. Just let it go if you go.
A couple different things. One, this beef should have never been brought into the internet. Based off of these guys being addicted to content creation and not understanding what different boundaries are. That's the only reason why we know this. Two, there needs to be boundaries set in content. I firmly and wholeheartedly believe, especially if you're dealing with people IRL, there are boundaries that you never cross. I think it's actually an indictment on you as a content creator to step over those boundaries and do whatever you want to do just because you can feel like you want to do whatever you want to do. It's starting to become a pattern. Even DDG's own community is noticing that, hey gang, you overstep boundaries. Content is your life. I get it. But at some point, there's stuff that should not just exist on the internet anymore. We don't need it. Three, recognize when you aren't actually friends with a group of guys. I think that that's very important in this conversation. And if that would have happened a long time ago, we wouldn't be in this situation. This forced Capaholics group is just something that is this.
The Capaholics group should have really been no Jay Cinco, put Ben in there. Take Dub out. Because Dub be escalating a lot of shit.
Up of a bunch of guys who can get money off of each other, which is fine and dandy, but when you have that other storm of brewing, then it's not a recipe for success. It's honestly a recipe for disaster. I think what DDG and others have to learn and take away from this is that a lot of times people are not aligned with your views, your goals, your passions, your ambitions, and that's okay, but that doesn't make for the best storm of making group content with each other. And furthermore, those are people that you need to set specific boundaries for and come to an understanding that everything isn't content. Sure, maybe your brother gets that. You know, Dub has been around for a long time. Maybe your cousin gets that. A cousin's been around for a long time. And maybe you meet somebody who thinks that everything is content, like Deshae Freaky Frost. I think that stuff like that is okay to do that with, but other people have different morals and different boundaries and different ethics.
Facts. See you on the next video, man. Y'all know what's going on. In my opinion, this whole beef should have been squashed before we even got to the internet, because it seems as if, one, the whole entire group was forced. I think that, when you're not genuinely friends with somebody and you genuinely don't want to see them succeed, or if all y'all aren't on the same playing field in terms of amount of subscribers and amount of success, there is going to be a natural pecking order. And as men, even with the natural pecking order, you not going to fuck with me. Like it's just not going to happen. You're not about to play on me and play in my face like that. You're going to respect me. That's why I feel like the best groups are when either they are genuinely coming up together or they meet each other at around the same success rate. As a result, they can grow that success rate at the same time, and both of them can be successful going up like this. You don't want to have no pecking order from the beginning, because it just looks like one guy's running the group, and sometimes, you know, his ego get the best of him. And as a result, we got Jay Cinco crashing out because DDG, most likely his ego got the best of him, whatever the case may be. But I'm going to tell you like this, neither one of them right. They both low-key kind of disgusted me just now. See you on the next video.